I had a dear friend that I haven't talked to for a very long time, reach out to me today to want to connect about a project that she's working on. And long story short, we ended up talking about rejection from a professional standpoint. And we were talking about just how easy it can be when you're putting yourself out there and you're creating this thing that feels really important and special and magical, and then to have it met with a less than favorable response, and how it can be easy to draw the line of like, that rejection means that I am shit or my stuff is not great. And in fact, there's a lot more nuance to the scenario if we allow ourselves to see it. There's a lot more inputs to consider. One of them being our own input. Like, if the experience for you of creating something gives you X, Y, and Z, then it's completely worth it, whether or not once you integrate into the world and see their response, whether or not they get it or not. And there's a lot to consider about the entity. Are they having a bad day? Who is the person? What has happened to them this week? What is their point of view on things? There's so many different nuances to consider. And I had forgotten that a little bit. And so it felt really cool to have somebody show up in my life, and for me to be open to that dialogue and me to be open to that conversation, because I could have just been like, I don't have time. No, I can't do it right now. But I didn't. I made time to connect with her, and she had a really cool message to deliver to me. One, I'm not alone. Two, I do have something beneficial to bring, as does she, even if when we bring it to the world, it's met with some like resistance or uncertainty. And there's more to unpack there. And so we don't have to be quite so black and white in terms of the rejection. We can allow it to have a little bit of space to breathe, and see that there's still a benefit in that, and that there's still space for the thing that you desire to bring to the world to exist. It's like the Michael Jordan didn't make the basketball team, but he ended up being the best basketball player. But if he hadn't kept going, maybe we wouldn't have had a Michael Jordan. So I think there's lots of examples like that, but it felt relevant to share that reminder that rejection isn't 100% black and white, and can you like peek under the rejection curtain a little bit and get a little bit more information and input around it, including your own input and experience of it. And then where are you being open to people in your life who are there to deliver certain messages right when you need them? Because today that message was needed, and it was so well received, and to have it come all the way from Canada from somebody that I hadn't talked to for a very long time, it felt a little bit like divine intervention. So whether it was or not, where can you be open to receiving messages and insights, and where can you expand and unpack rejection a little bit instead of having it become a block that stops you from being you in the world, really?